I
Oh,
saw.
that's funny.
You know what I saw? I saw on YouTube an April Fool prank where you take a raw egg and dip it in melted chocolate, and then you wrap it in foil and give it to
Yeah.
somebody.
These are people that don't have any
Oh,
friends at
that's
all.
funny.
Okay.
That's
is.
just kind of sad, actually.
Remember we used to try to blow an egg out of a. Remember when you tried to blow the damn egg out of it by putting a hole in it
Oh,
or
yeah.
something?
You put a
And
hole
then
in
there
the
was another
gas
one
and
where
you
you
blow
take
in
the
one end.
pregnancy. Take a pregnancy
worked.
test and then put a
Oh,
fake
God.
positive on it and leave it laying
By the
around.
way, did anyone here
That's
try
good.
that thing where
Oh no.
you- did anyone here fall for that trick where you can cook an egg in a microwave as long as you poke a hole in it, which doesn't work, by the way. You get an explosion for your trouble.
But you should put a
Ooh.
lobster in a microwave. That's a lot of fun. Holy
Oh
shit.
my
Watch
God.
that thing squiggle around.
Oh, why
as
would
it
you
turns
do
red.
that? Oh.
Ooh, did you do
see on
that?
Yeah,
Catboy, did
long
you see
ago.
on Reddit the pink marker in the microwave?
Yes, I did. My God, what a mess that made. Somebody
That
put
was
a
a
marker
mess.
in a microwave.
What
You
was
put
that?
it on- well, just a regular marker, but when you put it in a microwave, it's like something out of a science
how did
fiction
they
movie.
get to
These little
photograph
string
that?
things come
Yeah.
out of it.
What happens to
I
it?
know.
I didn't hear you. What
Oh,
happens?
it kind of explodes, but
Yeah.
it does it in a very
Well,
strange
so did the
way. These
lobster,
little
but what's
string-
different about the marker?
Well, the marker makes a mess you can't clean up. Trust me.
So does the lobster.
Yeah, no, get a garden hose. You can get that
Most
out.
The worst
you
part
put
about
in
putting
the
a
microwave
lobster in a
don't do
microwave
well.
oven is then going to Maine.
Does
Because
it
all of his
blend?
Hey, are
relatives
you
are there
taking
looking
notes,
at you
Stinker?
like,
Because
"Ah,
we
Yeah.
you know what
used
you
this
did
in
to
the
Larry.
movie.
Oh, you did this to Larry. Come on in for a swim.
Doc's online.
Yay!
Doc's
get 'em in.
online. Oh, fantastic.
So's the
Let me
bat.
see.
I saw the bat online. Shall we all TP Doc at once?
Yeah, TP
Yeah, we
Doc.
should I'm not a friend of Doc's.
I don't see him in my friends list. I'm kind of surprised. I thought for sure he was in there.
Yeah. There are a lot of people you think
I
are in
only
your
have
friends
one
list,
hand.
but
My
they've
cat's
already
sleeping.
deleted
I
them.
will. I won't TP the bat. That'll scare
Oh,
him.
wait a minute. Well,
Yeah,
didn't
no,
Doc
please. He
delete a
didn't
bunch
wanna
of
come
people
in.
because he
He's
was
scared of
trying to clean
Carolyn.
up?
Why is he scared
He's
of
scared of
Carolyn?
Carolyn, Lauren's
Why?
sister, little sister.
My sister.
Who's scared of me?
Who's
The
older?
bat, because he's afraid if he comes.
I just
here,
want you
you're
to
gonna
note,
pee
if
on
you
him.
look at
No.
Tara Lynn, she's already on her knees, okay? So, anyway. All right, there we go. It is time. Time to rock and roll.
Oh, we got
Day.
the bing bong.
Yeah, welcome.
Where's the bing bong?
It's Tuesday.
Yay!
Yeah,
There it
it's
is.
April Fool's Day. Did anybody get any jokes played on him today?
None.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. We should have some really good fun in Second Life on April Fool's Day. You could play a lot of jokes in Second Life, right? On April Fool's Day. Like if you're partnered to somebody, just change it to somebody else's name. See what they think. That'd be good.
Oh.
Oh, did you
Hey.
hear? Some lady deleted her husband's World of Warcraft character as a joke, and he had like 800 hours of work in that thing.
Oh
So-
my god.
Oh dear.
And he killed her,
That
but it
sucks.
wasn't a joke. Yeah,
Oh God. Just might.
that's pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible.
That's awful.
Other things in April Fools, right? You could have like Dr. Fran. She plays April Fools on those gotcha machines all the time.
I've been on very good behavior.
Here are some great ideas in First Life you could have done, but you
Quarters.
didn't, did you? Paint a bar of soap with clear nail polish. It keeps it from
Oh
laughing.
yeah. That's,
Ever do that?
Oh dear.
that's a bit. That's
How about this? Just mix some Reese's Pieces in with the M&Ms. See what happens there.
Where can I sit?
Yeah.
Well, imagine your surprise.
Go out and get some nice cream donuts, and instead squeeze mayonnaise in the center.
Ew, yuck.
I prefer the victimless practical joke.
Take a photograph and put it in a jar, and then put it in your refrigerator for when your friends come over.
You see that face? Oh my God! There's a head in a jar.
Okay, there is somebody working for Samuel B. Morse still, typing away.
Mute, please. Mute,
Well, that's
please.
someone writing my material at the last second.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep. Swap a hand sanitizer for personal lubricant. Just leave it around. See what happens.
What have you been doing while you're away from the tree, from your desk?
Do caramelized onions. Give them out to the kids.
Oh man, that's cruel.
Taping the air horn to the door where the handle pushes it in. That's some stuff.
Well,
Don't you
let
think
someone
that'd be
else
fun?
resin your alts.
Right, that'd be
And
great.
have them talk to your friends.
Yep. How about some other things we could do for April Fools? April Fools in Second Life. I mean, we're already pretty foolish being here, don't you think?
Every day's a joke for us. That's the problem. How do you make one day stand out? Best
April
comment
Fool.
yet.
Yeah.
Best comment yet.
Use toothpaste in the center of Oreos.
Fuck.
Ew.
Yeah.
I like
The
mine.
sad
That's an
part
old
is,
one,
I
actually,
didn't write
chocolate.
these. Somebody else did, which
Be a
means
little
there are a
tangy.
lot of sick people driving next to you in the highway. You know, so
Yeah, there are. Yep.
change your soy sauce with Diet Coke. Add baking soda to ketchup.
What would that do?
Fizzy ketchup.
Yeah.
You ever do that to yourself? Like you brush with toothpaste and then right after that you drink some orange juice and you wonder what the hell just went wrong? You know that one?
Make an ice cream sundae with mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, hey, how many people we got? We got some people here. Hello, Juicy.
Hey, Doc.
Hello, Bray. We got people
Where's-
in the house. Daddy is in the house. Did Doc get here yet? Does anybody see Doc?
Doctor's in the house.
Doc's here.
Oh, hi,
Fantastic.
Doc.
We missed Doc Ron. We're so happy you were
We all
here.
missed you. We missed
Yes.
you.
I
You
miss
don't
you
know how much
too.
we
Thanks,
miss
guys.
you. I mean, I don't know why you bother with anybody in First Life because we're the ones who love you. Those
Yeah,
people
that's a fact.
pretend. They pretend, and not only do they pretend, they cost money. We don't.
We have to love you. We're free.
Yeah.
Hey, you must love it. You come here for free. Shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Free love's the best.
Anybody going to go see any movies recently in First Life? Anybody see anything?
I saw a
I
Lego
just saw the 300 this weekend. It was pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
the new one. Oh, geez,
Yeah.
I want to see that.
I wanted to
I'm
brighten my
missing-
spirits. It's nothing like seeing something that, the whole basic,
They-
the whole
we're-
fucking country of Greece gets killed, That's
Oh,
just something to
God.
brighten your day.
I'm going to watch Nymphomaniac 1, but no.
Oh, my.
Maybe I could, what the hell do they call it? Oh, crap, I can't even remember now. Hey, you know what I have watched? The Americans. Has anybody seen that on FX? That is
Yes.
Oh, that's about
Yes,
the
good show.
Russians living in America. I want to
Oh,
see
that
Good
may
show.
be the best show on television today.
Walking Dead.
Yeah,
We don't get
Walking
FX
Dead.
in Canada, but later on it'll be on Space Channel for us. Just have to wait
The
a while.
Space Channel. What is that in Canada? Space Channel.
That's what we have for FX. It's owned by City TV.
Wow.
The
Problem is, we
Space
get
Channel.
everything. We get everything less. We don't even know who shot JR yet, and no spoilers, by the way.
So, anybody ever been in Second Life on April Fool's not here and had some pranks played? I played some good pranks. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's usually my favorite holiday, but I didn't play any today. Although
You
this
didn't?
one.
But there you go. I want you all to see this is my slut sister here. Yeah. Loretta. Did
Oh,
they?
no!
Did they
Oh,
glue it
that's
to the
cute.
ceiling?
You know what I'd do? I'd give them all F's and tell them, April Fools.
You teach yourselves today. By the way, there's a test tomorrow, so you better do good.
Yeah. So Second Life. So now apparently Doc Fran has been invited in to be in the alpha beta test of whatever it is. What is it, Dr.
The
Fran?
high
that you're-
fidelity. The high fidelity.
High fidelity.
alpha test.
Can you imagine high fidelity? Realize that high fidelity hasn't been around in 40 years. Okay, it's before there was stereo. There was
Hi-fi,
fidelity.
right?
What,
So
what
you got
was...
it one.
Can someone tell me what high fidelity was? Like, define it? Because I don't know.
It's a virtual world where they're trying to do. Philip Rosedale's trying to do it.
No.
Right
I know
start.
that. No, I mean high fidelity.
The
that
old
stereo
high
thing,
fidelity,
when we
it
were
was a
kids.
thinner needle.
Yeah, the actual high fidelity. Like what did
It
that
was a
mean?
thinner needle.
It came out in two different
Yeah.
places of your.
It's
of
a
your
3D
stereo.
version of Candy Crush.
Oh, okay.
No, that was stereo,
That's
Haley.
okay.
That was after high fidelity.
They're that mystery solved.
Yeah. So high fidelity. You're gonna have to tell us about it, Doc Fran, when you get in there. Tell us what goes
Yeah,
on.
well,
I wanna hear
What kind of a
about it.
computer you need? Did they tell you?
What?
Did they tell you what kind of a computer you need? What did your
No.
invitation say? I might have deleted mine. What did you say?
I just got it.
It was
What
in
did it
No,
say?
your email?
she had to put herself up for it though. You wrote a letter.
I
and
did
said
too.
you
Yeah,
wanted
I
to do it.
I
Yeah,
did
applied
too.
for
to
it,
sign
yeah.
up. Yeah.
I didn't. So
Yeah.
Probably not too late.
I just want to go to high fidelity and see all the shit they stole from me.
I've just been getting a ton of surveys from them.
Please. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah, then you'll get the invitation because I got surveys first too.
Okay.
Oh, really? Surveys first.
Do-do-do-do. Oh, they're looking for people, their jobs, advertising.
Can you take your avatar in there, or do you have to make a whole new avatar?
You have to
Yeah,
make
No,
a
I
whole new
think-
one.
Scratch, I'll bet.
You have to make a whole new one, and they don't look really
Yeah.
good. Haley.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not
Seen them,
coming.
Yeah. Well, that's
That's
the
okay.
beginning.
Just have to build Capitol all over again.
God,
I
two of
did
them.
it.
Oh,
I did it in OpenSim. I don't look all that bad in OpenSim. My skin is a horror.
All you need is skin anyway.
Hair.
Hair. You need hair. You need more than skin. What? Maybe you guys.
I don't know.
You know, I don't know.
Everything else you can mill, even I can make, but skin and hair
Unless the skin
very
has hair in
hard.
it.
Is it only if you have to have a PC, right?
Yeah.
No, you can have
No,
an
it says
iPad.
desktop or laptop or iPhone or iPad or Android
Yeah.
phone or tablet. So just about everything. So I'm
Oh,
looking at it
cool.
right now.
Oh, okay. So. Oh yeah, look at that. It's out of 67 Langton Street. That's it, huh?
Broadband downstream. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Hotmail. Whoops.
That's it.
My Hotmail. There
All right.
we go.
Philip Rosedale and Ryan Kopf, Freddie Eilberger. Think about audio design, economic models, and what's for dinner. Okay, this is a whole group. They're going to try the fetish speed. We hate latency. We think it's imperative. All right, so they're going to do this whole thing. So what are they going to do with this world then?
Leave it behind, maybe.
What are they going to
Pipes.
sell it off to some sort of like the Chinese?
Somebody said
Yeah.
to Google. Somebody said, wait, was it Twitter
Sell
or
it to
Google or
Google.
something? Yeah, somebody said
What?
somebody was.
What would they do with it? It would just
What'd they
mess
say?
it up.
I don't know.
They'll sell it to
Everything back.
Google? Google doesn't
Yeah.
want this. Are you kidding?
No. Google is no. You need to know. Google is partnering up with Philip Rosedale
Well,
on this
Google
project.
does like invest in things that don't work. So.
But not on this one. Not on this.
Yes.
So we're gonna,
Yes. Yes.
Second
on-
Life.
Not on current Second Life Expo.
No, not on
Second
Second Life. Oh, sorry.
No, on high fidelity.
Yeah.
So we're gonna all cease to exist one day soon. Oh my God, I can't believe
What?
it.
This
Holy
is
mackerel.
depressing.
I better
Oof.
have sex in Second Life soon then. 'Cause I don't want to go out of here with no sex. You know.
Well, here's
Yeah,
my
we've got-
question.
Anybody try any of the new sex toys out here in Second Life? Unbelievable. Yeah. Does anybody remember when they first tried a couple of the sex toys here in Second Life? Yeah. Remember you
Yes.
stop on that little
There's
thing and
balls
it didn't
involved.
fit exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bondage chairs, a whole room of bondage chairs, Marilyn. Wow.
Yeah, I remember those.
Remember Marley's boyfriend made all that sex stuff?
Yeah.
Collars and torture
Oh,
things.
God, those.
Yeah.
Remember those.
Ah, the good old days.
Where did those people go? Are they like out now driving around on the street? Because I don't want to go wherever they are anymore. It's
They
frightening.
live somewhere.
And all the griefers left Second Life. Maybe they're going to High Fidelity too. What a thing, huh?
They
Anybody
haven't left
play
Second
Candy
Life.
Crush? Did anybody in here ever try Candy Crush? Come on, let me see
My
if anybody.
mom is addicted to it.
No.
She actually
Your
spends
mother is
money
addicted
on
to it?
My mom, yep.
Did she pay 99 cents? What did she pay 99 cents for? They say 99 cents you get something.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, just to start off the game, you spend money. Now, if you pass a level by yourself on your own, you don't need to spend money. But if, let's say, you have a good shot at it, but you fail, you can't go to the next level until you try again from the very beginning, or you decide to pay money so you can sort of skip all that work and move on.
So they let you go to another level for 99 cents without doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, government.
How
You
much
can
does it
try as
cost
often
to-
as you...
How much does it cost
What
to
a
win the
racket.
game? What is it like?
You can win it for nothing as long as you're not lazy. That's the thing. A lot of people are lazy, saying, I don't want to go through all the trouble having to play this level again
Yeah.
because I blew it.
They're
So
doing that in World of Warcraft now too. The
Is
latest
that
thing.
right?
That
Do you
must be
remember? Are they doing? What are they doing in World of Warcraft? They're
the
paying
new
money.
the new expansion is coming out, and part of the new expansion is you automatically get somebody to the highest level. If you buy the new expansion, you can either create a new character at the highest level, or boost up somebody
I
you've
have
already
to
got.
say something. These fucking guys are now in it for the money, aren't they? Boy, they've
Yep.
ruined everything. Just when we were having fun for free, you know? I mean, come on. Yeah. Could I pay to go to the highest level in my first life job, and then I don't have to fucking work at all?
Yeah, there. That sounds good.
Some jobs weekly.
You go up to the boss, I'll give you 99 cents if I can level up. I just saw a thing today,
Thank
by the way.
you.
There's not enough
Yeah.
ad dollars for all these people. There's too many people trying to go after ad dollars and not enough ad dollars. I love it. Anyhow, what are you doing down there, Carolyn? Are you trying to get some action?
She's camming up your dress.
I am. I'm camming
Your
up.
skirt, actually.
Yeah, that's my sister. She's the one who's pregnant. Yeah. I wonder if you get pregnant in Second Life, does that mean little tiny prims swam up in your body and impregnated you? How does that work?
Oh no, micro prims. Those had to be sculpties because they
Little
could
little micro prims.
Stealthies.
Yeah.
Stealthies.
Stealthies. That's
You
good.
call
I
them
can do a whole thing on stealthies. I can see it.
Flexi tails.
Selfies. Okay.
I think it's hysterical. Stealthies.
Did anybody ever do a selfie? Anyone ever do a selfie?
No.
None
I
of us have
haven't.
done a selfie, so it means
I
that
haven't
Oh,
done
yeah.
one on
Don't-
my head yet.
Well, I
It
think
has-
You did a
yeah, what
selfie,
if it-
Carolyn?
You did a selfie? A selfie?
Yeah.
And who'd you send it to?
Friends.
Were you wearing clothes?
Yeah. Maybe in poses and weird positions at nightclubs or something, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't it count
Nightclubs.
if you,
We got a
as a
clubby.
selfie, if you took a picture to put up on any of the social media things? I mean,
don't
what
think that's
defines a
selfie? No.
selfie? What's a selfie?
Selfie is you've got to take a picture and send it off on it's got to be like out and gone, like Snapchat.
Instagram it.
Doesn't matter where
Snapchat.
Well, no.
where you take it
Google Gmail is now doing selfies as of today.
Selfie.
Selfie.
Yeah, and you
something,
can share
you know?
them with your friends so they can have
Yeah.
a header of your picture. That's enough.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's just great. You know, it's going to be really sad for the next generation because they've decided to rob a liquor store. Everybody knows who they are. You can't really just get away with it. You know?
Kind of like
Gee
those
whiz.
jewelers, right? You
Yeah.
talked about that
Right,
last
that
week. The jewelers, right?
Yeah, those are the Pink Panthers. You got it.
The Pink Panthers.
So, God. How many people have a Facebook account in here? Anybody?
I got one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a couple.
You have a couple. Oh my God. There's
Couple.
the good orchid and the bad orchid.
The
Why
wine
would you have a couple?
connoisseur.
Bad and worse.
So she
Oh,
has
the
one for
builder.
her second life and one for her first life. You,
That's
have just
second
finally gotten
life.
into mesh, so be Don't be overwhelmed.
Yeah, we'll get
You can
confused.
post about that on your Facebook account
Right.
for your Second Life avatar. I started Mesh today.
Thank
Remember
you,
when
buddy.
Facebook was going to throw out anybody who wasn't a real person?
I know.
Oh yeah.
That
Then they
Great.
didn't
That's
go
why
over.
they bought
More than
Oculus. right?
90%.
Yeah, right.
Well, they got rid of a lot of duplicate accounts, so
Did
something
they?
good came out of it. Yeah, they did. So something good came of it.
Only in
yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're all basically duplicates of American accounts anyway. So
Taryn always knows. What's the best place to go visit in Second Life, Taryn? I mean, right now.
Yeah.
What's
right
out
now.
there that you would advise everybody
Lauren's
to go
Club.
Besides
Besides-
here,
best
Yes.
answer.
Immersiva.
Besides you.
Oh God, the trader's
Immersive.
here.
I went there.
Immersive.
But I couldn't set my computer to do whatever it said to do, and it was just impossible.
Another
Oh,
one I would
no.
recommend, and I don't know if you saw this already, Tara Lynn, is the Philosopher's Stone. The new Caerleone artists are back, and they did a phenomenal job.
The Philosopher's Stone.
And that's part of the
Very much
Linden
really
of the Arts. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it is fabulous. I have an LM if you guys need it. It is fabulous.
Yeah. I hear they're coming out with Avatar 2 versus
Oh.
Monsanto. It's going to be an incredible show.
Oh, great.
Here's the LM. right here.
Say we bug out, nuke the whole site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we to be sure.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what a show. We don't have much of a show. Doc, did you bring anything for tonight? Did you bring some comedy?
Yeah, well, I call it comedy. I don't know what you're going to call it.
You were missed, by the way. I'm going to tell you something. This is why the club is down to an all-time low. Just the most important people here tonight. But you were missed, and everybody said so. We couldn't believe it. We had to go a couple of weeks in a row without hearing from you.
Well,
Well, I appreciate
If you're
that.
having problems, just let us know. You know, we can raise enough money to get you a new wife.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I just did the Feed a Smile campaign. Let's feed Doc campaign.
yeah, yeah.
You know, get him back on his
Wait,
own.
he has like 17 slaves. You think he needs a wife?
Well, he's got to feed
17
them all.
slaves.
That's,
That's so much work. It's ridiculous. Can you imagine? Wow.
19, Haley. 2 more stumbled into.
Your wrist probably hurts
Lose
from
track
using
of
Well,
the
don't
whip all
count,
the time,
count,
right?
don't count the one
Well,
on stage that's on her knee. She
It's
doesn't
not
count.
my wrist, but I have trouble walking at times. Okay.
Oh, right. right.
The blue pill.
Only in
No, I'm
Second
joking.
Life can you keep it up for over 5 hours and not have to call anybody.
The blue pill. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but actually
right.
last
Those
4
are the
hours.
pink
Call the
pill.
doctor and brag about it.
That's
Yeah. As I always say, it had to be great to be president of that company when the people from legal came in and said, "Oh, by the way, we're going to have to put a disclaimer on this that says what?" Says, "Oh my God, well, we better do that right away. Let's get it up in big letters that we can read it. Unlike this might cause cancer that we're going to put in the smallest letters that nobody's ever going to hear."
Mike has a 4-hour erection.
A 4-hour erection by yourself. That's got to be great.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
called
Doc,
grade
get up
now.
here.
That's just sad. A 4-hour erection, nowhere to go. No
Pardon
one to
me.
share it with. Okay.
Pardon me
that's a lot
saying,
like
that's a
being
real
19
Woody.
again, Doc.
That's
Lauren,
a
I
real
miss
Woody.
staring at your ass, baby. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
That's so sweet.
What do you think of my
Okay,
What do you think of my sister here? What do you think of her?
I thought
Want
that
her?
was your
She-
mother. I thought that was your mother.
Gotcha, Terlin. Bad, bad, bad.
But she looks good
Got
for
your
her age.
eyesight going, Doc. First to
She
go.
that's okay. Well, again, first off, I would like to thank everybody for your kind words, and it's good to be missed during our recent family loss. Very much appreciated. It's very touching, actually. But now it's time for me to get back to the world, and I can't think of any better therapy than spending time with my dear friends at Lauren Live. And guess what? I found out Lauren Live therapy is covered by Obamacare.
Right, exactly.
You know what? Yep. That's right. I actually get paid for performing here, which is more than I can say for this fucking place.
Spread some of that wealth.
But I had a bit of trouble coming here tonight. You can see I got here late. It seems my Roomba was confiscated over the weekend, and I had to go retrieve it. Yeah, they thought it might have scooped up pieces of Flight 370, and they dispatched the entire Chinese Navy to come get it.
Oh no!
boy, were they pissed off when they found out it was made in Japan. God damn it, were they upset.
Oh no.
And then, the debris was only burnt orange pizza cheese and green guacamole, but, from satellite images, it's hard to make out what it is. But I've been watching CNN. It's kind of like Candy Crush. You can't turn away from it, I know what happened to Flight 370. Everybody's got theories of what happened, sabotage, dumped it in the ocean. How could it just disappear from radar? Well, you know what? It's easy, guys. It crossed the SIM boundary and derezzed, was auto-returned. Jesus, go on 4
Gee, that sounds so familiar.
So, anyhow, the last couple of weeks have been rough on me, and I've had to travel a lot, so it's good to find a little bit of humor in a difficult situation. I was standing in airport security a week ago, having my obligatory body cavity search prior to boarding the plane, and they were going through my carry-on bag when they discovered my mini groomer. Those little pencil-shaped things that trim sideburns, nose hairs, stuff like that. Okay, well, when the TSA agent discovered this contraband, they swarmed on me like I was carrying a nuke under each arm, and they tore this thing apart so it was basically destroyed and handed it back to me in pieces. Okay, now I'm all for security on planes, but really, what did they think I was going to do? Hijack the plane and shave everyone to death, for Christ's sake?
Manscaped.
Plane to
New
Malaysia,
page, you
I'll
get a
get the fucking
manscape.
mustache right off. I'll do it. We better do what he says. He sounds desperate. I figured these days Malaysia is the one place they won't be looking for the plane, so that seemed like a safe place to go. Okay, now let's do a little bit of news, and I'll see how many of Catboy's stories I can trash before he gets up here. America's most corrupt town, Hampton, Florida, found redemption Friday night in a Baptist church named Victory. Cheers broke out in the pews as 2 Florida lawmakers abandoned their quest to strip Hampton of its cityhood. Have you heard about this? Okay. The battle for the 89-year-old city's survival began in February with the release of a scathing audit that read like a textbook of municipal malfeasance. 31 violations of local, state, and federal codes, along with allegations of nepotism, double-dipping, and personal use of public property. Pshaw. Government doing that? Now, surviving was a sweet win for this city of only 477 residents. Well, 476 if you don't count the former mayor who's sitting up the street in jail on a drug charge, okay? Now, the city held a vote to decide if they wanted to try and keep their status as a city and return the government to honest status. And sure enough, the vote was unanimous. All 513 votes cast of the 477 registered voters in town said, yes, we want to return to honest government. And you say things aren't turning around, okay? Well, what else is going on? This weekend, to try and brighten the mood, I took my wife to see a movie to cheer us up, something to make us laugh and forget our, stuff that recently happened. So, of course, I went to go see 300, Rise of the Empire, which basically everybody in Greece is killed or maimed, okay? Something about watching somebody get a 9-foot spear jammed up their ass, it really brightens me up, But when we got there, and for the first time ever in this little theater in Gettysburg, there was a line to get in the theater. And I'm thinking, what is this? And we discovered it wasn't for ours. It was for the other feel-good movie of the year, Noah, where the whole fucking planet is drowned. So there's a lot of family entertainment going on this summer. Okay. Now the only survivors, as you know, are Noah and his family, and of course, 2 of every animal on Earth stuffed into a boat about the size of your average fishing boat, but actually more like a Doctor Who TARDIS. Where it's bigger on the inside. And I would have liked to have a talk with who decided to save the cockroaches. Really? I mean, you kill off every pleasure slut in Sodom and Gomorrah, and you save the cockroaches. Let's talk about that, right? Now, personally, if I'm going to go see Noah, I'd want to watch it. I'd go just to see Hermione Gringold in a torn robe. Personally, I'd be happy to repopulate the planet with her. It's the least I could do for humanity. Strike a blow for muggles everywhere. Or is that get a blow? I can't remember. Okay, wait. Starve for cold, feed a fever. Never mind. Okay, now, folks, You heard it here from yours truly months ago. It is now a fact. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to do another Terminator movie.
Yes.
This is the
He's
absolute
right.
truth.
That
This is the
true.
absolute truth. It has the working title, Terminator, Rise of the Stairlift Chair. Arnold will play an aging T-800 model alongside current and younger versions of himself, a la Tron redoing Jeff Bridges digitally. Now, I did some research on this. The idea behind passing off a 63-year-old ex-bodybuilder as an ageless robot is that the Terminators have human skin growing over their exoskeletons, so it stands to reason his skin would age even though he was still a machine. But I'm wondering now how they're going to handle that first scene you always see in the Terminator movies, where you see a flash of light and he appears naked on his knees, and then he stands up and you see his ass from behind, and he starts walking into the scene. I'm just wondering if they're going to airbrush out his balls that are hanging down to his knees. I'm going to watch for that special effect. Okay.
Just let it run, man.
Yeah. But imagine the scene where he walks, after he gets clothes, he walks into a gun store and he starts picking out machine guns and such, okay? I will take all of these. Okay, buddy, that'll be $43,213. Do you offer AARP discount? Hey, cash only, Bob. Hasta la vista. Damn it, now I threw out my back after tossing that school bus. Fuck you, asshole. You know, and then when he gets all shot up and he keeps going, I bet they're going to wish he didn't sign up for Obamacare. That'll shoot the fucking curve right there. So, sir, how did you end up with 917 bullet wounds? The Uzi 9mm. Go, Arnold, you the man. I told you, folks, he'll be back. I was right. And another blockbuster with familiar faces with the latest episode in the Star Wars saga. Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford have all signed on to play older versions of themselves. Makes you wonder what they've been up to, okay? But I heard the storyline that Princess Leia has just penned a novel documenting her years of abuse and addiction to Nubian diet pills, okay? Luke Skywalker has retired to the Dagobah system, and he's opened a lawn care business in the jungle. He has a new franchise opening up on the forest moon of Endor. Heaven knows they can need the fucking grass cut there. Now, Han and Chewie, well, he's called Gummy now. He lost all his teeth. They're doing senior citizen tour runs to Tatooine to view the ruins of the original set. C-3PO is now passing out smiley Darth Vader stickers at Walmart, and R2-D2 has been converted into a combination hash bong / barbecue smoker, and is, I'm told, turning a fair profit. Okay. Now, in the news, North and South Korea, as you know, exchanged fire the other day, increasing the tension in the area. It's a very tense situation. Witnesses stated North Korea fired 318 55-inch Shenzhen plasma TVs into South Korean waters. And the South responded by launching 237 Daihatsus at the North. Now, all fell short of their target, and in fact broke down as soon as they were out of the launchers. So I don't know where we're going to go from that. Now, here's a news flash. It just came out. The NHTSA has announced that all new cars, light trucks, and SUVs must have backup cameras installed as standard equipment by 2018 to increase the safety of these vehicles. Now, additionally, the Washington, D.C. Metro Corridor, which yours truly drives, will be required to have cars actually driven by commuters instead of just running into each other. They figure that ought to reduce beltway accidents by 9,000% the first year alone. Okay. Now, I'm going to be in and out every couple of weeks, folks. I kind of took a promotion at work, and there may be nights when I'm working later on Tuesdays. I'm going to do my best to get back here, but if I'm not here, it's not because I don't want to be here. Okay, but after a short hiatus, here courtesy of the late night talk circuit, Letterman, Fallon, Conan, Seth Meyers, Bill Maher, Jimmy Kimmel et al. Is this week's edition of the Lightning Round. And once again, thanks for having me back. Here we go. Intelligence officials say they've had a hard time predicting Russia's invasion because Vladimir Putin doesn't own a cell phone or use the internet due to fear of being tracked. You can tell Putin doesn't spend much time online. When he says LOL, he means look out Latvia. That's right, Putin doesn't have a cell phone. And just like everyone else without a cell phone, he won't stop bragging about it. Now, Ukraine says it's finished withdrawing the last of its troops from Crimea, so the split is now final. Well, they're not calling it a split. They're calling it a conscious uncoupling. Today, Pope Francis had to fire a German. Today, Pope Francis had to fire a German bishop known as the Bling Bishop after he spent $43 million to renovate his house. Pope Francis was nice about it. He described it as a conscious unbishoping. Now, one of President Obama's Secret Service agents is in trouble after getting drunk and passing out in a hallway hotel. In his defense, though, it's spring break. He was wearing a helmet with a beer on either side. Way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the First Lady's in China. During her trip, Michelle Obama fed panda bears. Like most people the First Lady feeds, the bears politely ate the bamboo and then had a cheeseburger the minute she left. In an interview, former vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan said he does not have a racist bone in his body. However, he admitted he has 3 sexist bones and his spine is homophobic. Now, in a speech, Pope Francis criticized the mafia and urged its members to repent, which is now every morning the Pope makes his assistant start the Pope-mobile. Americans have been given another month to sign up for Obamacare as long as they check a box on the website that says they tried to sign up before the original deadline. It's expected to be answered as truthfully as those boxes that say, yes, I'm over 18. It's not every night that we get a great audience here. A couple weeks ago, we had an ugly crowd. Halfway through the show, they voted to join Russia. Oh, my God.
Oh, dear.
Vladimir Putin was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, and 2 weeks later, he invades Crimea. So here's what the U.S. did. They tossed him out of the G8 meetings. Really? I mean, that's like being told you can't go to the fucking daytime Emmys. President Obama went to the G8 meetings. He's filling in for Dennis Rodman. Now, First Lady Michelle Obama, as we said, is in China. Today she was busy doing some official business. She placed a wreath on the grave of General Tso, the creator of spicy chicken. That's a wonderful thing. Toronto held the first mayoral debate of 2014 tonight. Rob Ford faced 4 challengers. When Ford ran for mayor in 2010, his slogan was, "Stop the gravy train." Then he realized, you know what, I like gravy, and you need a train to get it here. What the hell?
Oh, there goes one of my jokes. Damn it, you had to do Rob Ford, didn't you?
But that's the difference between our countries, Catboy. None of the other candidates specifically mentioned drugs. They let Mayor Ford say it over and over again that he's the only candidate with a proven track record. He's also the only candidate with a proven track record.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You can check
President
it out on his
Obama.
arm.
President Obama has convinced the leaders of the world's biggest economies to move the G8 summit out of Russia this summer and meet in Brussels. Then Vladimir Putin said, all good, by summer Brussels will be part of Russia too. Ukraine's, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Michelle Obama in China, another flash. I wonder while she's over there if she could get them to do something about those leaky cardboard takeout containers. That's a goddamn pain in the ass. Pope Francis called out the mafia, as we said. He said, you mafia guys are going to hell. Which got me thinking, who else is going to hell? Now, what about those guys that honk the horn the second the light turns green? God damn it. Ukraine says it plans to take Russia to court to try and get Crimea back. So get ready next week for a very special Judge Judy. Tomorrow morning, Russia will fly an American astronaut to the International Space Station. And you thought driving someone home after a breakup was awkward. Over the weekend, Vladimir Putin ordered fireworks to go off in Moscow to celebrate Crimea joining Russia. And also the fact he had Stanford beating Kansas in his March Madness pool. That's right, Putin ordered fireworks to go off in Moscow. Either that or one of his rivals tried to start his car. Today, President Obama was in the Netherlands for a nuclear summit with 50 world leaders. Putin didn't even attend. He sent his foreign minister in his place. He said, I don't want to visit any country I can't keep. This year marks the 50th anniversary of Disney's It's a Small World. But they're making some changes this year. They're making the Russian section much, much larger. Now, when in China, First Lady Michelle Obama commented on Chinese censorship. Or, as the Chinese news reported it, Michelle Obama greatly admires Chinese censorship. Let's talk about March Madness. It starts out with 68, then it goes to 32, and then drops to 16. You know what that sounds like to me? President Obama's approval rating. President Obama is now meeting with the G7 leaders. Can you name all G7? I try, but I always forget bashful.
Oh.
But when he meets with the G7 leaders, it must be fun for him to put faces to the voices he hears on the wiretaps all the time. On Sunday, Mitt Romney suggested he had the power to, quote, see the future and could have stopped Russia from invading Crimea if he'd been elected in 2012. Though if he really could see the future, he wouldn't have fucking run for president in 2012. What do you think? And finally, in an interview with Meet the Press, former President Jimmy Carter said he won't send emails because he believes the NSA is reading them, and also because he can't find the send button on his typewriter. Folks, thanks very much.
Oh, bravo.
It's good to be home. Thank you.
Yeah, let's give it up.
Good job. Good job.
I missed you a lot.
Thank you.
Anyhow, here are funny jokes. This is a joke that you will actually like. This is for you, Doc. Okay. So this is just for you. This is a gore joke. Girls, please. I'm sorry, but I have to give this for Doc. Man and woman meet in an elevator. Where are you heading today? The man asks. I'm going down to give blood. How much you get to give blood? She says, $20. Wow, he says. I'm going up to donate sperm, and the sperm bank pays $100. The woman angrily sets off the elevator. Next day, the man and woman meet in the elevator again. Fancy meeting you again. Where are you going today? Sperm bank, she says, with her mouth full. That's for you, okay, Doc? That's just for you. You tell that over the door, all right? Try to say the letter M without touching your lips. Can anybody do it? No, you can't.
Touching your
You're
lips?
all trying now, okay? Yeah. So anyhow, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I had a couple drinks tonight, so I'm just having some fun here. Yep. And by the way, there was a big thing. Robots are taking over all the jobs that the people that don't have jobs, need. Right? I mean, you don't see the job taking over. Like, okay, we got a robot to take over as chairman of Facebook. Yeah, $20 billion a year. I got a robot that can do that job, right? No. It's always some job somebody needs, like, cleaning a floor or something like that, right? What's the story there?
Did you hear that
What?
Google is buying every single robotic company in the United States?
It's so funny. I mean, who would have ever thought the world would be controlled by a company called Google? Google. I Google it. Google. Yeah. I'm tired of Google. I really am. I'm Googled out. I have a 1996 Google hat and T-shirt. So, yeah. So anyhow, yeah. So it's amazing. They do everything. They steal money from you, these robots now on the internet, at the stock exchanges. You see that high frequency trading?
Oh yes. Yes, I saw
Yeah,
that in 16.
yeah. You know what we used to call that? That's somebody who was stealing pennies from your bank account. Now, apparently, they can steal it from your stock account, and it's legal. Figure that one out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So
That's called investing.
Yeah. Paul Ryan, apparently, his new budget is fuck the poor. Did you see that? That's just what he said. Fuck the poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yep. And that was interesting. General Motors, what is it now? 97 million cars have a false starter on them. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens if your Cadillac runs into a Cobalt? Who wins?
Oops.
Yeah. And where is that jet? I mean, come on. Where is the jet? Okay. They haven't found anything. They've spent weeks and weeks and weeks. They don't know where it is. That's kind of ridiculous. It makes you wonder when you're flying. I got on the plane to fly to Arizona, and I said, oh, okay, do we know where we're going? Can anybody radio in, just in case? Maybe
Well,
it never took off, right?
Comedians always
What?
make a joke whenever something's missing, we compare it to Jimmy Hoffa. That plane is going to be the Jimmy Hoffa of stand-up
That's
comedians
correct.
about a year from now. Yeah.
It's the Titanic.
Yeah.
What? The Titanic.
They know where the Titanic is. So that's not the
They
Titanic.
know where it is.
They never used to, though.
Well, that's right. For a long time, they didn't know where it was, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, anyhow, we've got more comedians coming up because I don't have much to say here. So let's bring up next on the hit parade, Bubble Pop. And let's remember, in 20 minutes, we've got Alex Mays, who you guys love, by the way. For those of you who haven't heard him, you do want to hear him. He's one of our favorites. Actually, we've been booking good talent. Unfortunately, it's not me. Hey, Bubble, how you doing?
Hey, I'll have to check that out. That's today, huh? Oh, I got
Yeah,
it.
pretty nice. Very sweet. Yeah. Like to go out with a
Thank
girl
you.
with a high voice like mine? Okay, go ahead.
Hey, maybe we could fly to Malaysia.
Hey, if I had this body and this voice in First Life, you'd just buy some duct tape. That's it. So shut up.
Hey, did you
Making
hear
more
the
trips to the
news
sperm
about?
bank.
There was some great news about the Titanic recently.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
okay.
a letter that they found. It was written from a passenger on this legendary Titanic, and it was written by a French maid. Yeah, a big discovery that helps shed some light on what really happened that fateful night in the Arctic. It said, "I wish I had a fur coat instead of the stupid feather duster."
Okay.
Many perished, but she survived. When she reached the boats, a guy lowering the boat said there was only room for one more, and not so surprisingly, he picked a French maid. So, great to see that. Oh, can I talk about water towers? You see, there's
Sure.
these things. They're not in Las Vegas, but outside Vegas, I see water towers all over the place. It's really insane. Cities get a whole bunch of water and store it in these giant buckets on giant stilts, and they take a lot of pride in these because they paint their city right on the giant bucket in giant letters. This is our water.
What if
Don't
you
try
take it?
climbing the ladder on these things because, well, someone called the police before I could fill up my water bottles. I couldn't figure how to open the lid. So all they could charge me was with trespassing. You know, makes me think this is probably a good idea, storing all your water in these giant buckets out in the open where everyone from miles around can see you trying to steal their water. Maybe we should sell the water and put all the money we make from the water and store money in those buckets. Yeah, diversified, of course, with cash, euros, gold, stocks, bonds, some bitcoins, and maybe some rubles or yen just in case. Put some
Canadian
lindens,
dollar.
of course. Let's put all our good shit up there in a glass. Yeah, so we can see how rich we are, or how empty and broke we are. And we'll get to see just who is taking how much. Hey, Mr. Johnson, you've been up there twice today. How's that bank doing? Those food stamps won't look so expensive anymore compared to Mr. Johnson taking 3 to 4 giant armloads. Yeah, bankers will need to have good cardio and be athletic. Oh, who am I kidding? Bankers will all die of heart attacks the first day. G.I. Joe gets a couple handfuls, but the guy who sold him his tools of the trade, his guns and tanks and stuff, he gets to bring a backpack and pack mules. We might just have to reevaluate how our money gets distributed, huh? Climbing that ladder is pretty intimidating when you're climbing it, but you'd think in this age we could have made it more convenient way to climb up those things, like an elevator, an escalator. But no, instead they got the small ladder, going up the ladder. 2 million steps to go. Halfway up, I'm turning upside down. Apparently some of these older ones were built by people who were under the impression that everyone in 2014 will be bitten by a radioactive spider. But wait till you see the small, narrow wheelchair ramp. Beep, 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 beep. Some cities might have different things too. Like Las Vegas will have poker chips. Nebraska could put all their corn in there. New Orleans will have it filled with Mardi Gras beads and rum. Portland, keep all the flammables away from the Portland Tower. Detroit, maybe if we could take all those houses and they come apart. Maybe we can stuff those in there. Yeah. They probably should have shipped their houses to Japan, get some use out of them. Not sure what they could trade it for. I hear they got nuclear stuff lying all around all over the place. You could literally scoop it up off the ground. No one will complain. Detroit Free Press is still trying to figure out its $1.5 billion bankruptcy this week. It's so horrifying what happened in Detroit. Thousands of people homeless and thousands of empty homes. It's just like Planet of the Apes, but without the apes. Insects, rodents, and bears have been moving into all the houses. Saying, we've been trying to move into these houses for years. This is the greatest time in our history. We're so lucky to be animals. They're asking animals, who's the intelligent race now? A band of raccoons enter a house. Here we go. Looks perfectly fine. Lots of holes, some missing pipes, and water leaking all over the place. I can't believe they set this place in such fine shape. Let's split up. Charlie, you check out the attic. Vincent, you check for traps in the garage. I'll see what they have between these walls. They might be so dumb they also left their best garbage lying around. Smash! Oh no. Charlie is dead. Oh well, let's drag him out in the middle of the road. I have no idea what I'm doing now. Thanks, everyone. It's great to be here at Lawrence.
Bravo, bravo. I'm going to bring up Catboy in a second, and then we're going to get into Alec May in 10 minutes. And here is another terrible joke none of you need to know, but here it is. It's a dirty joke, okay? It's disallowed here. And don't forget, right behind me is a Relay for Life. You can donate in there. We're going to be donating for 2 months. And I think that one has a box. If you guys really want to look at something interesting, look up in the rafters at the far end of the place at Reggie. Reggie is a really heck of a great avatar, in case you haven't seen him before. He's up there. And but here it is. A dick has a sad life. His hair's a mess. His family is nuts. His next door neighbor is an asshole, and his best friend is a pussy. And his owner beats him habitually. That's I didn't say any of that. Okay, I didn't say that. Come on, I didn't say that. Oh yeah. So robots are gonna rule the world. Yeah, and we're all gonna be in high fidelity soon. You know, start packing up now. Get your stuff in inventory. Figure it out. We're going to have to take it on to the next one. Dahlia's here. She's here. Oh, boy, all you guys just rocked like crazy. Catboy, I'm going to bring you up right away because we've only got a little bit of time, and you're going to make us tickle and laugh as we come up to the end. Okay, you ready?
Well, I'll try. It's no promises.
Oh, God. You sound like Yoda.
Oh gosh, hold on. Let me queue up a few things here.
What happened to Tara Lynn? Did she finally get somebody to pick her up?
Boy, nice outfit. You got a job interview.
Someone just asked if I'm going up to, this is my attempt at a April Fool's joke, but I know it's not a very good one because for it to be a good joke, it needs to be believable, and you people are never going to believe I'm going to wear pants. I woke up to the best April Fool's joke of all. I woke up to 4 inches of snow on the ground. So which one of you jokers is responsible for that?
As long as you didn't wake up to 6 inches of something else. But anyhow, go ahead.
Anyway, did anyone see there was a video going around? It's on the internet. It's not going to be in the news because it's a naked woman attacking McDonald's, and she destroys it. She tears the whole place apart. Anyone see that? It's going around Reddit, bouncing around all over the place.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, like she grabs the cashier and smashes it on the ground. She took one of the TVs and threw it into the deep fryer. You know, she just went completely apeshit, and she's bare naked. And
another Second Lifer gone mad.
The whole time I'm watching this, I kept thinking this would be a lot funnier if she was much fatter. It'd be like, where's my chicken McNugget? You know, I'm speaking that to a woman through, speaking to a woman like that through the drive-thru. That's where the whole fight started. Is you would probably sound like having a conversation with Jabba the Hutt. It's like, may I take your order? It's like, may I take your order, please? Baka, Agawaki, Chewbacca. Oh, welcome back, Miss Honey Boo Boo. Usual order. Sa. You have fries with that? Oh, ha, 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 ha. When do I not want fries with that? Okay, GM is facing a wrongful death lawsuit from Alabama. Former Delphi automotive employee who claims that GM covered up the ignition problem. A lot of people are accusing him of that. This particular person claims that GM follows a formula where they do not recall anything until the cost of the recall is exceeded by the cost of lawsuits caused by the death of the faulty product. It's kind of typical that Alabama just discovered something today that the rest of us have already known for decades. I mean, basically, you just discovered the establishing plot for the movie Fight Club and for the book that Ralph Nader published about 40, 50 years ago. Go figure. Speaking of little people who are a bit slow in the uptake, South Carolina, apparently states have these official things, like they have an official book, official flower, official this, official that. South Carolina has an official fossil, the official fossil of South Carolina, and I thought, okay, I didn't know that they did that. I thought that was a bit weird. But there's a state legislator, what's his name? Can't remember his name. But the girl who described it, Olivia McDonald, 8-year-old, she found the fossil. It was a woolly mammoth, a couple of thousand years old. And what happened is that the Carolina legislator wants to give God credit for the fossil. And before you laugh, this is actually a step up from them blaming fossils on being the creation of the devil. So let's just, take whatever good news we can and roll with it. We were talking about the missing plane a while ago. Missing plane. Things are not looking good for the missing plane. I honestly think if they don't find it, that's going to become the joke of the future. Like, nobody can find Rob Ford anymore. I guess he must have boarded plane HF-370.
It's now a missing submarine.
Yeah. But, speaking of Ford, they had a vote today on Rob Ford. Saying that it was the city council said that we want the power to impeach Ford. They never had the power to impeach a mayor before. Like, apparently every city in the world can do this except Toronto. This is why we put up with this for so long.
Because it's funny.
Yeah, but there's a campaign to stop this, and they're all coming from stand-up comedians like us.
Exactly.
Keep it playing. Yeah, keep that train track going. Go figure. But anyway, back to the missing plane.
We love Toronto. Makes the rest of us look good.
Yeah, if he loses his job in Toronto, he's more than welcome to come and be the mayor of Vegas.
Hey, invite him to do a show here on Lauren's place. That'd be great.
Well, yeah, I heard his TV show his radio show just got canceled. He's got nothing better to do. He wants to come out here on Sunday nights, huh?
Tuesday with Rob Ford.
Tuesdays with Rob Ford. Oh, God.
Oh, man, that would be a mess. Anyway, I got a little sidetracked. We were talking about the plane. Things are not looking good. Vessels have found no sign of it. There's a bunch of... They pick up a lot of garbage, but apparently they can't tell the difference between a toilet wipe and an airplane part. Especially if it's covered in... Was it Taiwanese writing? The battery life for the black box locator's only got a few days left in it, so... And the worst sign of all, CNN is slowly returning back to normal TV. That's
They should have used Duracells.
Well, just last night I was watching CNN. They took a break from the plane coverage, and they aired one of Anthony Bourdain's specials. Does anybody watch him?
I love him. I love him.
He's the guy. He's a food connoisseur. He travels the world sampling both food and culture. Now, last night was the one where he went to Tokyo. Now, Tokyo's a big one that he has a lot to select from because Japan is a culture that's over 2,000 years old, which is mostly unknown to the West, and there's like 100 million people there. So what are you going to report on? Well, he did a 1-hour show dedicated to pornographic Japanese manga and professional mistresses who tie up men for a living. Party at Bourdain's house, everybody.
Fun.
Jeez. I mean,
Watched
of
that
all things
episode
you
twice.
chose, okay.
It was a really good show, though.
He always goes off the beaten path too. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, it's like having a trip to, Gore without having to turn your computer on, but it was awesome.
Yeah, but he's handsome. He's a good-looking guy.
Bites his
But, getting back to the
fingernails.
plane,
Really?
he started drifting his focus away, but you know that if something happens, like if the plane turns up somewhere that it wasn't supposed to be, they're going to land on that like, we'd like to officially announce that we're not CNN anymore. We're the official MH370 channel update channel. You know, all 370 updates all the time, 24/7. You know, like I'm surprised back in the 90s it wasn't called the O.J. Simpson channel. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, remember that? God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I think
You know, we were
Zimmerman
talking-
and OJ should get together. That would be a fun
Yeah.
special.
Well, that's all for tonight, everyone. I'm going to wrap it up because we're
Bravo! Bravo! Get off the stage and let Alex May get set up here. Alex is in the house. Come on, Alex, get set up.
Alex,
We got music coming on. Somebody will tell us when the music's working. Everybody have a good time tonight. I mean, really, I didn't work much on this show, as you can all tell, right? Okay.
We love you anyway.
So, I'm going to work on a
It's when
whole
you
new
work
show.
hard.
Yeah.
When you try too hard.
Oh, hey, Bobby, how are you? You're looking pretty good. Don't be looking at my
Yeah,
skirt.
I think I'm doing it wrong. I can see up your skirt though, but it's not really pretty.
Oh, it's a paradise up in there.
Dear.
It's waving at me.
Yeah, good night, Explorer. Yeah, yeah, right. Okay. So we got Alec is getting set up. Is he up on the stage yet? Did he get up here?
He's
Is he
up
getting
on the
up? Oh, look,
stage.
he's getting his.